Okay, let's head to the UK now, where the government there is expected to house asylum seekers on the Bibi Stockholm barge as soon as today. Now, the developments come as the Tory-led government announced further measures to tackle illegal migration. Now, according to media reports, about 50 people are expected to be in the first group of migrants to be housed on the barge. The vessel is docked at Portland in Dorset. The locals are still opposing the plan, though. Now, earlier, Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick said the barge will accept occupants in the coming days. Earlier, the Fire Brigades Union raised concerns over the design of the vessel. They said the government's plan to house around 500 people may not be a suitable idea. Now, according to them, the vessel can house only around 200 people. Now, the UK government has commenced their Small Boats Week. The Rishi Sunak-led government came out with a series of announcements. They've increased the fines for employers and landlords who will allow the illegal migrants on their properties. No penalties for employers who will be increased up to a maximum of $57,000 per week. Now, similarly, landlords may face fines up to $12,000. Now, meanwhile, the Labour Party has also announced that they have no choice but to continue housing asylum seekers on barges if they win the election. However, they blamed the mess on the Conservatives. Now, the Bibi Stockholm is a 222-bedroom and a 3-storey accommodation vessel. Now, it was towed in UK waters after it was taken over by the Home Office and moved from Italy. Now, described by the Home Office as basic. The 1970s built Bibi Stockholm will offer asylum seekers healthcare provisions, catering, and 24/7 security. The Home Office has announced they had leased the Bibi Stockholm in April. Now, on the other hand of this, the complete Sunak's pledge to curb illegal migration, he needs to reports suggest UK government may use tents to house around 200 migrants. So tents might be involved in all of this as well. Okay, so in recent days, the UK Home Office bought tents to house these migrants. Now, this comes after the plans brought by the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman. Now, last year, the UK government came up with a similar plan to house migrants.
And family, and particularly her mother, Stacey.
Okay, so Alex Isaac is joining us right now, our London correspondent. So it seems like the government's plans and indeed their ambitions and dreams in Suella Braverman's case, it seems like one of them is coming to fruition with this barge.
Well, they keep trying to push more and more to try and get illegal migrants somewhere in the meantime so that they can process them. And this barge is just one of those options. Talking about the tents and potentially housing them in old armed forces barracks as well. That's something that's still going through. But they're having a lot of fight back from locals, from councils who don't want this huge influx of illegal migratory people coming over and causing real havoc in the area. Now, let's not forget the Bibi Stockholm barge itself. It will house 500 people. It actually has already gone through all of the checks to say that it is safe for that amount of people. Of course, it doesn't seem quite right coming over and being stuck in a place that potentially doesn't have enough bedrooms itself, but they have had all those checks go through. But there isn't much of an alternative. Right now, the people in the UK themselves, they're struggling, and there are people that are homeless who also don't have housing, who are living in one-bedroom apartments for 4 or 5 people. So this is a real election getter. That's why Labour has no doubt come out and said that they'll also look to use potential barges and house asylum seekers in certain ways as well. But really, it comes down to these boat crossings, these illegal boat crossings, because we are talking about those that come over illegally, not people who are trying to seek safe asylum. They're also struggling, and that is also a huge backlog. But those that are coming on boats are not necessarily coming because they're looking for that safe asylum. They're looking for a better life. They want more money, and they're coming by nefarious means. They are giving money to people smugglers. And we understand that there are a lot of information on social media platforms saying how to get over here in the best way and how to make sure you get the best benefits. Earlier today, we heard from the government as well that we're going to stop giving asylum seekers those luxury hotels. There was a protest not that long ago at Mayfair, one of those luxury hotels, hotels. They said it wasn't good enough. But actually, that's one of the reasons so claimed on social media to come over, to get the luxury, to get the money and to get the benefits. The UK is sadly seen as a soft hit. And it does feel like even though we're trying to make these moves, if people come here, it's actually stopping them coming here in the first place. And even though we have this migration bill, it's still not stopping people coming over. And that's where every component needs to lie, not necessarily just the government at the moment.
Okay, Alex Isaac, thank you so much indeed. As you say, it's designed to be a deterrent for those people, as you describe, coming over in nefarious means here.